I'm going to be ranking the best coaches right now in NBA 2K23. My team, we have a tier list here ranking from S that goes all the way down to D tier, and we have about 30 to 35 of the best coaches right now in the game. And you guys can let me know in the comment section down below what coach you guys currently running on your squad and what coach you guys may be grinding for. Are you guys going for a Bill Sharman and Unlimited, or are you guys maybe looking to buy one of those new Dark Matter coaches? Let me know all that type of stuff in the comment section down below. But looking at the first coach here on the tier list is going to be, I think it's Asia Wilson or Aisha Wilson. I think she's probably going to be somewhere in the B tier category. I do have a point guard in Ben Simmons, a power forward in Taco Fall, and then a Yao Ming at center, just to show the different boost, because point guard, shooting guards, and small forwards get the same boost, right? That doesn't matter. So I could show you guys a T-Mac, or I could show you guys a Tim Thomas card, right? He plays small forward, or I can show you guys a Zion. That's not going to matter because those cards are, shooting guards and small forwards. So point guard, shooting guards, and small forwards get the same boost. Power forwards get a little bit different of a boost, I believe, and then I know centers obviously do get a way different boost compared to a point guard. So looking at Asia Wilson, right, if I show you guys her, I show you guys what she gives to guards, right? Point guard, shooting guard, small forwards. She gives +6 block, +6 perimeter, +6 strength. So I mean, some pretty good upgrades for a point guard, like especially if you're running a smaller point guard, a card like a Derrick Rose, for example, right? You look at his stats with, or you look at his stats with an if you look at his stats with an Asia Wilson, the +6 block, the +6 strength, the +6 perimeter is going to make a fairly big difference. So I do think she's probably somewhere in that B tier category. Like, she's a good coach, right? If you look at the power forwards, and what she gives, a +6 strength, +6 interior defense, +6 perimeter, I mean, not bad for a power forward. And then it's probably going to be very similar for a center, right? She's going to give +6 strength, yeah, pretty much the exact same thing, and then also does give +6 rebound to the offense. So I mean, she's a decent coach. Is she anything crazy? I would say no, but I would say she's a solid coach somewhere in that B tier category. Now looking at Bill Russell, I think he's probably a top 5 to 7 coach in the game, which is going to be my S tier category. Now I can't exactly show you guys, him being S, or I'm sorry, I can't exactly show you guys, his +10 boost, but they're going to be the exact same as Asia Wilson, except they're going to be +10. So +10 strength, +10 perimeter, +10 block, which is now going to be extremely helpful for a card like Derrick Rose, right? You look at Derrick Rose once again, and I show you guys the defensive boost because it's the exact same thing. Both their systems are defense, right? Bill Russell's now going to give, Derrick Rose a +10 strength, a +10 perimeter, a +10 block. So he's going to have a 90 block. He's going to have a 97 strength, which is super helpful on these kind of shorter guards. And then same thing for the power forwards and the centers as well. So for stuff like that, I'm just going to have to show you guys, like a little bit lower of a tier. For example, pace and space, I think is probably going to be an A tier. Billy Cunningham, I don't think he's a top 5 to 7 coach in the game, and once again, I don't believe there's any pace and spaces. Actually, there's Don Nelson, so I'll just have to use Don Nelson for all the Galaxy Opal pace and space coaches. He's also going to be here on the tier list, but what they're going to give guards is a +8 3 ball, a +8 speed, a +8 perimeter, +8 help defense IQ, and a +8 ball handle. So that's really helpful for a card like Ben Simmons, right? If you look at the Titans Ben Simmons and you give him the Don Nelson boost, he's going to get +8 3 ball, puts it up to an 83, gets +8 speed, +8 perimeter, and +8 ball handle, which is really nice on a card like a Ben Simmons. If you look at a power forward, it's going to give the speed and the 3 ball, which is super helpful for a card like a Taco Fall, right? Now Taco Fall is going to have an 81 3-pointer, a 72 speed. He's going to get boost to the interior defense, the perimeter, and also the help defense IQ, and that's going to be helpful for a card like a center. He's not going to get the 3 ball, but that's going to be helpful for a card like Yao for speed or Rick Smith, right? If we talk about Rick Smith, he's going to be another card that if you give that +8 to, speed wise, now he's up to an 89 speed. So for the centers, pace and space is not going to give to the 3 ball, but it's going to give to the speed. And then for the power forwards and the point guards, shooting guards, small forwards, it's going to give +8 3 ball and +8 speed, which is super helpful for a lot of cards. So I'll just throw Don Nelson in that A tier category as well, because all of the Galaxy Opal pace and space coaches I do think are going to be in the A tier category. Now talking about what I believe is the best coach in the game, the Rudy Tomjanovich. No idea how you say his name. You guys know I can't pronounce names properly, but he is going to be 7 seconds. Now, once again, going to have to go to a 7 seconds coach, which is, for example, Kelsey Plum. So if we're talking about Rudy, yeah, it's his name, right? Yeah, if we're talking about Rudy, you just have to imagine these are all plus 10 stats. So he's going to give plus 10 3 ball, plus 10 speed, which is basically like pace and space, but without the perimeter defense. But he's also going to give a plus 10 ball handle. So if you look at a card like a Ben Simmons, I mean, getting that plus 10 3 ball means he's going to have an 85-3, which is super helpful. But the biggest difference, I would say, between pace and space and 7 seconds is pace and space gives the speed, but doesn't give the 3 ball to a center card. But then if you look at the 7 seconds, right, basically what Rudy would give, but plus 10, he's going to give plus 10 3 ball and plus 10 speed to centers, which is super helpful. So on a card like Rick Smith, he would actually have, I believe, he would have 91 speed and a 94 3 ball, which is a huge upgrade compared to a pace and space, which is still really good. Pace and space is one of the best systems, but getting that extra 3 ball upgrade for your center card is going to be super helpful on cards like Yao Ming, even Manupul, right? Rick Smith, these center cards, Artist Gilmore, like that's going to be super helpful to have. And that's why I think he's probably the best coach in the game. Post-centric, right? Yeah, Post-centric and Chris Finch, I don't think is really that good. Yes, he's a Galaxy Opal, which is cool, right? Post-centric, so I just gotta find one right here. So Brennan Stewart, right? She's gonna be plus 6. So then Chris Finch will be plus 8. But looking at her boost, she does give a plus 8 3 ball, plus 8 mid-range, plus 8 perimeter, plus 8 steal, which can be helpful for guards. Or not her, sorry. I'm saying Chris Finch. He's a plus 8 post-centric. I mean, not bad for guards. I don't think that type of boost is really good for centers though. Like for centers or power forwards, it's not going to give 3 ball, it's not going to give speed, it's just going to give driving dunk, mid-range, perimeter, which isn't the best. So a Chris Finch, a post-centric Galaxy Opal, is really good for guards, but it's not the best for power forwards or centers. So for that reason, I think it's got to be somewhere in B tier. Grit and grind, I would say, is probably B or C. Let me just see what the grit and grind boost is once again. So got to look at Candace Parker. This is going to be looking at for Dave Cowens, who's going to be a plus 8 for grit and grind. So plus 8 3 ball, plus 8 perimeter, plus 8 steal. Not bad for a guard. I want to see what it gives for a big though, for like a power forward or a center. So it's going to give plus 8 interior defense, no driving dunk, but plus 8 perimeter. And then let me see what it does give for a I want to see what it does give for a center. I mean, it's not bad. I would say it's a little bit worse than post-centric, so maybe it goes down to C, but I think because he's a Galaxy Opal coach and Dave Cowens, I think he's going to be somewhere in B tier. I would say Bill Sharman goes in A tier. He's a plus 8 balanced coach. Once again, I can't really go through every single coach because this video will be a long video if I had to go through every single coach and show you guys all the stats they give, but Bill Sharman, I'll say, is somewhere in A tier. I would say Dawn Staley's going to be in C. She's only a plus 4 balance, so balance is not a bad tier. Right, like for guards, it's going to give plus 6 perimeter, or like she would give plus 4 perimeter, plus 4 3-pointer, plus 4 drive and layup, plus 4 ball handle. So balance is pretty good. That's why Bill Sharman is in A tier. But for a coach, it's only plus 4. I think she's going to have to be in C tier. Another post-centric, this is where we can kind of fly through a lot of these coaches because Doc Rivers is the exact same boost as Chris Finch, so they're both going to be in B tier. Another balance coach, I would say, is probably B tier, in the middle of plus 4 and Dawn Staley, and then Bill Sharman plus 8. I think it's Deanna. I think she goes probably somewhere in B tier. Another plus 4, and this is going to be for the triangle with Aliana. No idea how to say his name, but her name. Plus 4 triangle. I want to see what the triangle boost is because I just want to go over different systems. I'm not going to go over the same system, every single time, but triangle is going to give plus 5 3 ball. She would give plus 4, so plus 4 3 ball, plus 4 interior defense. I mean, really not that much boost, to be honest. I want to see what she would give to a guard, to a big with the triangle. Plus 5 3-pointer, plus 5 interior defense. I mean, it's not a terrible system, but I'd say since she's an amethyst, it's only plus 4. I would say she's probably in C tier. Larry Brown is going to be another post-centric, so once again, going to be on the same tier as Doc Rivers and Chris Finch. Spoelstra is defense, but once again, only going to be plus 4. I don't think many amethysts or any amethysts at all are going to be in the B tier category. Steve Kerr, I would say, is is going to be an S tier. He is perimeter centric, and we haven't looked at perimeter centric yet, and it actually does give some solid boosts. It's going to be the same thing as, or it's going to be the same boost as Sue Bird does give. So for Steve Kerr, you know, plus 10 3 ball, plus 10 mid range, plus 10 driving dunk, plus 10 perimeter, plus 10 ball handle, which is really good for guards. And then for centers as well, it is going to give, you know, the 3 ball. So plus 10 3 ball is going to be super helpful on a card like Taco. He'll now have an 83 3 ball, which is super good. It also gives perimeter, driving dunk, ball handle, which can be super helpful for a lot of cards in game, right? If you look at on a center, what the perimeter centric is going to give is plus 10 3 ball, plus 10 mid range, plus 10 perimeter, and plus 10 ball handle. So now, you know, a card like Rick Smith would have a 72 ball handle, which can be super helpful. So Steve Kerr, I think, is probably going to be a top 5 to 7 coach in the game. So he's going to be somewhere in the S tier category. Jason Kidd, once again, another balance coach, going to be on the same tier as Don Staley. This Mike, I think Mike Fratello, I don't know how to say his name. You guys know I can't pronounce names to save my life, but I think he's probably going to be, he might be S tier. I think he's a top 5 to 7 coach in the game because he is 7 seconds, and I think that's the best system right now in my team, so I'll put him somewhere in S tier. Monty Williams going to be a plus 5 pace and space. Definitely not going to be an A tier like Don Nelson, Billy Cunningham level, but I think he goes somewhere in B tier. Still does give some pretty good boosts. Candace Parker, plus 6 grit and grind. I would say probably goes down to C, because the only reason why Dave Cowens is in B tier is because he's plus 8. So I think plus 6 for grit and grind gonna be in C tier. Phil Jackson as the triangle, I would say probably A tier. It was the same one as, who was the triangle before? It was for this coach. I mean, it's not bad of a boost, and the plus 10 will definitely help. So I think Phil Jackson gonna be an A tier. Popovich, I think, has to go in S tier. He's just an upgraded version of Don Nelson and Billy Knight, and I think he's definitely going to be a top 5 to 7 coach in the game. Sabrina is on the same tier as Monty Williams. They're both going to be plus 5 pace and space, definitely deserving of B tier. Another Amethyst coach, another balance, going to be on the same tier as a Jason Kidd and a Don Staley. Next one's going to be a plus 5 triangle. I would say plus 5 triangle, probably also going to be in C tier. I don't think that plus 1 is really going to make that big of a difference. Plus 6 post-centric. I would say that's a little bit better than grit and grind. So I'd say probably in B tier for a plus 6 post-centric. A plus 6 perimeter centric, I do think is going to be in B tier. Maybe A tier, but I probably don't think so. Plus 5 grit and grind is definitely going to be in C tier. Just don't think it's really that great of a boost. Plus 5 pace and space, once again going to be on the same tier as Monty Williams. Plus 8 balance is going to be on the same tier as Bill Sharman. So Wes Unseld Jr. and Bill Sharman both going to be plus 8 balance. So I think both deserve to be in A tier. Plus 6 perimeter centric, once again Jerry West and Sue Bird. I think I will move these cards up, or these coach cards, into the A tier category. We got Willie Green, a plus 8 triangle. That's not bad. I think plus 8 triangle I'll throw probably in high B tier, and then plus 8 triangle, once again Mike Woodson and Willie Green, both gonna be in that B tier category. So yeah guys, that's gonna be my coaches tier list. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think about it? What would you guys change? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.